Ask Tom on Home Show.
Shelly from Monterey Park, California has a patio problem.
Yeah, she provided this picture, Tom, of one that she's working on, or maybe it's one similar to what she's working on. But Shelly writes, are 5 to 6 layers of waterproofing with a metal lathe and fiberglass such as Desertcrete too heavy for a second floor balcony, or is it better to just use tiles and concrete, or I guess mortar, more accurately speaking? What do you say, Tom?
Well, I don't know if this is new. No, it's not too heavy. If you design for it, it should be fine. They're not a big heavy load. Now, this is a cantilevered balcony sticking out, so they better have handled it right. But I'm not as worried about the floor as how you load it. If you put 20 people out there, the whole thing will collapse. So maybe 1 or 2 people out there is fine. I wouldn't load it and start dancing. But as far as that goes, any of the floor coverings that'll work for you, I'm good with it, whether you want tile, whether you want a mud float, whether you want to build it up. But I will tell you this, if it's an existing one that's leaking and you're just thinking of putting stuff on top of it to stop the leak, that's not going to work. So I will handle it 2 ways. If it's new, your question is, if it's designed right, and it should be, there's no problem. It doesn't look new, but if it is, then don't worry about it. Do what you think you want to look at on the floor. Secondly, if you're redoing it because it leaks, then you have to tear that whole patio floor off. Then you have to put down a roofing material, depending what you're going to be doing. Talk to your waterproofing company about it, because they're the ones that are going to warranty it. Do the flashing, do the roofing, then go ahead and put whatever you want to put on as a walking surface. It could be tile, it could be some kind of floated floor, whatever the case may be. But it's going to need to be torn off. Just don't keep layering on top, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hopefully it'll solve the problem. It won't.
Yeah, and that's an interesting thing we've seen with questions similar in the past. Is it what you need as a roofer, because what you're doing is, like you say, you're creating a roof that you're walking on. But my question about this one in particular, Tom, and you go back to it, is that you say cantilevered. How would this work? How would you have something that sticks straight out like that without supports coming down underneath it?
That's right. It's a cantilever. Frank Lloyd Wright, Falling Water, was the most extensive cantilever anybody ever came up with, and it all worked. But what happens is you have the 2 corner posts, and you have beams that have come off the house structure. Those beams have to go back 2/3 back and have to be tied into the structure, so it's holding it from falling down like this. So you have a big structure that goes back into the building. If you just use some nails and attach it to the building, it's coming down. So a cantilever has to be engineered with those beams going into the structure of the building itself, so it can handle that counterweight.
Not sure I'd walk on one of those in California anyway, but if you got a question, go ahead and click on that blue Ask Tom button, and we'll fall down on an answer for you by, I forgot to say, you can write us or you can video us, but you can send us pictures too on this form, and we appreciate it when you do. Like Shelly, it helps us give you a better answer, and we post a new one every day at HomeShowRadio.com, our Facebook page, and of course at the YouTube channel for Home Show Radio.